So, first of all, sorry again about the last one. I did not realize it was an hour long, and I uploaded it, and then now I just realized it was too long, and that was because I didn't cut the last part of the whole footage. So, here's the rest of the footage, but this time edited properly. But still, here's the new one. In the last one, we just decided to go against Bengal for the next war. So, yeah, let's start to prepare for that. Before the start of the war, I decided to check all my army groups and make them correct, because most of them are just weird because I separated them and then got some 1k stack wiped somewhere. So I decided to split them into normal groups and make them not take attrition, and also expand them and have slightly more divisions. And I also, of course, had some separatism in Africa and other places, so I had to deal with some rebels before the start of the war. But after about 5 minutes, I was ready to declare war with Bengal. Of course, the Imperialism CB. So yeah, let's do it. I kind of forgot that they were allied to Sauda, meaning Indonesia is not a safe place for to have some small army. But I did remember they were allied to Ormuz, and that's why I had a stack there. I don't have any manpower, but that's normal. I don't really have manpower. That's when I realized that they were allied to Sauda. My plan for Sauda was pretty much have this small army group just stay on Borneo and just not move, and white piece them with Sauda, because I didn't think I could have the time to go all the way there with a large enough army to defeat them, then win the war, get some stuff from them. And that would be a lot of overextension too, so I was really careful about how much overextension I take. But for Bengal, my war tactic was just to rush in and get the forts and ignore the southern India. I also decided to destroy the very low-level forts because the only thing they would do is give them war score and that's it. So I'll keep the big forts, or the one that are on good terrain, and that way I can slow them a bit, but I'll ignore the small forts. And I also finished coring Madagascar at that time. My first plan for the peace deal was this, but I really changed it totally by the end of the war. At first I just wanted to have a border with the Mughals so I can attack them, and also get all the eastern portion of Bengal I need for the achievement for India. But I really changed it, as I said, so it's not really important. And I also advanced my admin ideas. Also, I looked at the bonuses for abolition of slavery, and I think it was worth it, so I did click it. Which, of course, as you probably guessed, it gave me a lot of new trade goods. I had bad forts in India, so that's why I'm getting siege way faster, because they have level 8. I think this one is a level 9 too, the one I'm sieging down. Oh, I got stack wiped. There was no Ormuzi, I think that's the word, people in the Horn of Africa, so whoops. I guess there are now. But at least the siege is done now. I can continue to push forward. Okay, second siege is done. That was quicker. I did start it slightly after, but it was slightly quite a bit after. But yeah, nice. 2 sieges. After clicking on the India achievement so I can get the outline, I thought about this peace deal. That way I can get all of Bengal that I can get, and it's very low overextension. I don't have my 100%, and it's all I need-ish. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. A little later, I can finally get the Force March for free, which is amazing. I love it. I'm gonna now put every single troop I can with Force March. I'm pretty sure the entire Bengali army is south, so I'm starting to carpet siege the east. Here you can see the progress I did around the east of Africa, I'm just planning to separate piece them. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. Yeah, I just want them not to spree across Africa, and that's it. But the first naval and the first land battles are happening at the same time now. Here at the Bengal, he just finished the level 6 siege, so I decided to be annoying and bring this army, just rush it towards that siege before they get any garrison, to then just bomb the fort and rush it, because they have no garrison. And bring my army back, because they're about to just start sieging back the stuff I started sieging. By the way, after all this time, this siege is still in the negatives, because it's a level 8 fort and I have almost no cannons there. I could get the next idea, but I decided to not, because the next idea group is the next tech, which I can get soon. I should have started way earlier, but I just now start the campaign of East Africa now. And also destroying the entire Bengali army. Ooh, nice stack wipe. Meanwhile, in Burma, everything's going fine because they have 0 armies other than right there you can see them, and that's it. Minus 30, while not occupying anything, I should be able to piece them out with only this one province, hopefully. And for Hormuz, I'm trying to send my fleet and probably blockade a bunch of stuff, and that should be enough to piece them out, I think. Or at least siege one of those sieges in Yemen. And there you go, that's the siege of Banjar. Am I able to piece them out? Very close. I'm gonna get access to Langfang and then siege the siege of the last province there. Hopefully they don't have a giant stack. Okay, I can now cross towards Yemen. Hopefully. Okay, nice. Was the battle enough? Probably not. No, I only have a 0% war score against them. This army group has sustained so much casualties. I'll just consolidate a bunch of the army stack. Or at least bring some of them away. Because that's a lot of zeros. Oh. And after bringing them to an occupied province, I can finally take them out. Still sieging the siege. They're long to siege. But my vassals are now in Persia somehow. And are probably gonna try to siege the capital. So hopefully when they just stand there, they might be able to make me piece them out. And sadly they weren't able to do it because they got attacked. Eh, it could have been good. But, good news, I'm able to white piece Hormuz, which is great. That should make good enough so that I can piece out Bengal, right? Well, I guess I can piece out Sunda, so I can't take anything, and I don't mind them being allied with Bengal, so I'll just leave it at that. So I can finally piece out the big guys. And this is good. I just wanted money in those provinces. I have less than 100% overextension, which is great, and I can core everything in one chunk. This was the end of my recording, so I was just looking around, checking out stuff. I realized that Great Britain had stuff in Pacifico Norte, so I will probably grab that soon. Tierra Austral does own some stuff in New Zealand, which is pretty cool. And as I was looking at them, I also saw that I could get the province of Gara and Kachar at the same time, which is pretty cool. But before declaring any war, I want more manpower and also just wait back the overextension. So yeah, that was the end of the session. I saved, even if it's Ironman, and exited there. But of course I won't leave the video here because it's only 10 minutes, and that's half the normal length of the video, so yeah, let's continue with the next recording. So after looking around to check everything back, I decided to take the next idea and not get the new tech. Because it was only production efficiency, and the idea group was a little further. I also decided to fix the fort issue because I have a lot of forts. So I decided to take out the ones that were useless and decided to build more and upgrade the ones that were good spot but not high level. And so after that I decided to look at my mission tree. And I realized that one of them just required me to have Lima as a level 3 center of trade. Which I can do in like 1 month tick since I get like 1.8k a month or something like that. While waiting for the month tick, I also saw a second one that is in the new world but I haven't done, and it's pretty much take this whole state, which is pretty easy, right? The problem is, I also need it to be a holy company, holy order. But for it to be a holy order, I need the whole state to be under one singular country, which is already separated between two. So I can't do it until I either declare war to one of my subjects and give it some stuff, or I declare war to one of my neighboring countries and give it to them in a war, which would make me lose my hegemony, which is not good. So I can't really do that. But I do need, in some way, to attack my subjects then. Which I don't want to do since it's going to be a pain to get them all back. So I hate it, but I do want to finish the mission tree because it's one of my achievements I want to do, but yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna go against VJ next, so let's prepare for that. While looking around, I also witnessed that I don't have a lot of AE in Germany, so going against Milan is probably a good thing too. It's another one in the chopping block. And they're also extremely weak ally-wise. I just need some troops there. And I also decided to slacken recruitment standard and burn out the rest of my professionalism. Because I have 0 of it, and it's not really worth what it has, and I prefer having the manpower and building more troops. And after a bit, I was able to make sure that, if you can see on the right, almost no one takes attrition every month. That way I can keep my slackening and get as much manpower as possible to prepare for wars. I also consolidated every trade boat or every weird boat I have somewhere in around Gibraltar. That way I can consolidate them and make them better. And after a bit, one random, I think the Iroquois, decided to attack my colony, which is not fun of them. Don't like it. Stop it. And I probably need to deal with it because Spanish America is extremely weak. They're pathetic, it's insane. And I can make them both stop, nice. I then made sure none of my vassals were under any threat other than Spanish America. And after a bit, yes, I did forget about the trade center in Lima, that's not a point, but I started to build a bunch of those trade company buildings because I forgot to build them, and I now want to build them. During that, I also realized that I didn't put all the Bengali provinces in trade companies, so I will do that. Which enabled me to upgrade all the trade centers around India that I took. And upgrading those trade centers also made me think of Lima, which is great. I didn't forget about it, and I upgraded it. Nice. And that's the mission. For the last mission on that branch, it is just to have more holy orders and have a university in Salamanca, which is fine. So I then destroyed the church and built a university in Salamanca. Because I don't need any more colonialism, I decided to take out expansion. And yeah, I took it out and took a different idea this time. I decided to take Diplo for two reasons. One, the war score cost, and also the fact that it probably helps having subjects. Not as much as influence, but still pretty good for subjects. Because I had no expansion or exploration ideas, I couldn't take that one anymore, so I had to change it. And after looking at them, I decided to take decentralized bureaucracy. After that, I decided to build some big buildings in my trade companies. I don't think there's a difference with which state in a region you put them in, but I didn't really check it either, I just clicked on one. After that, I decided to build more boats. And by more boats, I mean more boats. Oh, whoops. Ran out of money. I wanted more boats. Whoops. That was overhyped, but still. Okay. I'll build more next. After a bit, I finally got the next stick, after looking to make sure I'm not missing out on an idea, and I did not, so I took the next stick. Just after that, I decided to fix a bit of my military, a little bit like I did earlier. And also build an entire new regiment around Songhai, because I'm planning to go to war with them also. After improving relation a bit with Austria, I was able to break the alliance between them and Great Britain. Because also, it is also one of my targets. It's now 4 targets that I want to declare war to. While I was dealing with some rebels in India, there was a bunch of weird wars that started in the New World. Which, first of all, California is getting attacked by someone, so I want to break that war. And the Americans are also getting attacked by someone, so I want to break that one too. And the Austrians are going to war with the Palatinate. Okay, sure. I'm gonna help you, I guess. I won't do anything else. Because I have no real purpose to go towards that. The only thing I want to go against is Berg and the Benelux. Or I guess just Belgium. Because the rest of the Benelux is not really important. But, good news, second bonus time for the Age of Reformation. And after looking at them, I decided to go with the left one, because I want to deal with Mexico, because they're annoying. And there you go, that's some good Liberty Desire. Nice. But anyways, I think that's a good time to end it. We're preparing to go to war with Vichy, Great Britain, Songhai, Milan, all at the same time, for sure. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and see you on the next one.